Hey everybody, Anthony Hendrickson coming to you here this evening. Just wanted to say thanks for taking time out of your day to jump on here and check this out. Just wanted to first acknowledge what day it is. It is the 11th, November 11th, so otherwise known as Veterans Day. So I first wanted to give a shout out to all the veterans, all the people who are serving, people who have served, and then also for the family and friends for, unfortunately, the people who have given the ultimate sacrifice. And just want to thank everyone for the military service that they have had or will do. If it wasn't for our military, we wouldn't, none of us would be here. So big shout out to that and gratitude to everyone there. Here I see some people jumping on. Hey Michelle, how's it going? Hey guys, thanks for tuning in here this evening. Feel free to let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're catching the replay, do a hashtag replay. You can always drop where you're tuning in from there. Hey Sheila, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on there. But yeah, just kind of going back, just saying thank you to everyone on Veterans Day. Just letting you guys know. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you want to share this, feel free to share it now. Share it after the fact. Any shape or anyone anywhere that you think can get value for this, feel free to pass it on. So, from the title of the video here that we're doing is just how you can actually take what advantage that you have doing business online that not even Amazon has. So I'm gonna talk a little business with you. You know, you talk to people and they're always telling you to start a business here or there. I'm just gonna run through some stuff. We'll keep it kind of short, but hopefully has some value too, and just kind of give you a couple of tips or kind of the way that I would go about it if I was you, and then also give you a little tip there at the end as well. So when I think the first step for doing any type of business, whether if you're online, offline, however you're going to do it, you need to be educated in this subject and hopefully something that you enjoy. So like we see everyone going to college, same thing, you do your preparation, you go, well, if you decide that you want to start a business and do this business, whether if it's online or offline, you're going to need to know something about it. So if you went to college, that could be your prep. Some of us might be doing something we didn't do in college, such as myself. So what I do suggest is finding some way to get education. Now, education could be, like I said, college. You could find a mentor, someone like that. There's all kinds of different trainings, tutorials, things like that. So that would be my first recommendation when kind of looking into a business. Now, online gets a little bit tricky a lot of the times, especially if you're doing it for yourself, because you don't necessarily have that person that's breathing down your throat wondering if you're going to have whatever file ready by Friday at 2 o'clock or whatever. So there's still the same components and aspects of every type of business, even if it is online, and things that you need to consider and get done. But maybe on a smaller scale. So sometimes you can get away with doing it by yourself, and sometimes you'll need to hire things out, and just make sure that you are well educated and you know what you're getting yourself into, probably beforehand. Now, kind of the second step, and I put it as a second step, but it might not always be the second step. It's the actual business and how you're doing it. Now, a lot of people get thrown into business maybe because they picked it, because they liked it, or family business, or whatever it is, but they don't know anything about it. So kind of steps 1 and 2 could happen either way, I think, personally. It's happened to me both ways. But if you do have the option, I would do the education, make sure it's something you want, and then get into the business. But if you happen to find yourself in the business and you're not educated on it, I do suggest that you go back, educate yourself, and then that way you can run this business properly. So like I said, those two are pretty interchangeable, and I wouldn't be surprised if one came before the other. And then the kind of third part of this would be, you know, as you get to know this business, as you're running this business, to scale this business, to skyrocket it, take it to the next level. Obviously, that's going to be not the first step usually. If you are, great, good for you. Hey Phil, thanks for jumping on. Good to see you there, bud. I'll have to catch up with you here one of these days. It's been a while, but thanks for jumping on. Good to see you. So back to the kind of the third step is your scaling. So you want to scale that business, and like I said, even though if it is some type of an online business or a smaller business that you're starting on your own, you know, like you might be doing all of the things that are necessary throughout the day, but as you are scaling, you're going to have to find more employees or different companies to help you out in some way to get this business to the sales levels or whatever it is that you're doing to get it there. So now this is kind of what I was talking about on the title, and the one thing that you have that Amazon does not have, and I don't see ever having, if the word gets out of this video to Jeff Bezos and he finds this tip that I'm going to give you guys, he'll probably be knocking down my door trying to get me to come be the head of that part of the company. So I'll probably have to respectfully decline at that point in time. But I'm gonna go out on a limb here and try to share it with you guys. So, but I actually learned this in a training today from Ray Higdon. So this is kind of where I got this idea to kind of talk about this. But the one thing that we can do, or myself or any of us can do, that Amazon is not doing, and I don't see it happening, is community. So community could be something as simple as a Facebook group or a book club group that gets together once a month, or it could just be, you know, coffee in the morning with guys at the service station or the tackle shop or whatever it might be, bait shop, or, you know, it could be any of that. So community will keep people together and wanting to come back, and as long as they're not disrupted at all in someone rubs them the wrong way, community is what people want, it's what people strive for. And some people will stick around in that community just for that, even if they're not getting anything else out of it. They just like to be there, they just like to belong. So one, and I kind of ran across this the other day too, and then this topic came up and I thought about it, but one place where you can find a really good resource for community and how to build it is on page, let me see here, 159. It's actually chapter 7 out of this book from the one and only John Maxwell, Intentional Living. So chapter 7 kind of walks you through that, and it's a good resource, a good guide, and you can find it all over the place. I'm just a big fan of John Maxwell, so I thought I'd give him a little plug here why I could this evening. So if you want a little bit more detail, I'll go there for that. And so, you know, now talking nothing about Amazon or books or whatever it might be, going back to kind of the 11/11, and you know, people think about that, and you know, the 11th day, the 11th month, Veterans Day, you add up 2018, we're in the year of the 11. It just kind of seems like it's, you know, has that aura, you know, lucky number 11 and all that stuff. So you know, with that being said, I've kind of been, and it didn't happen today, but today makes it seem like a good day to mention this because of the luck and the 2018 and everything, where it just kind of seems like something's in the air. But I had a friend of mine that has been talking about a new opportunity and something that has to deal with the future and has to do with learning. So I thought I'd throw it out there, and I think it's going to be very beneficial. And if you're interested in any of these topics that we have talked about so far in this video, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than willing to give you any type of information that I have on it, and I'll personally talk with everyone that I can, and if I can't answer the question, trust me, we can find someone who can. So feel free to reach out. And with that being said, this is day 11 of the 14-day challenge that I'm doing. So we're gonna have a couple more days left, unfortunately, well, just a couple. But if you like anything here from today's video, I do have, you know, 10 more from before this for the 14 days. Any of those or the challenge as a whole, feel free to reach out to me. Best way to do that, just go to my profile where you're at here. Go up to the top of the page. There's the message button. That's Facebook Messenger. Feel free to hit that button. It's going to actually message me, obviously. Come right to my inbox. I will personally respond to you as soon as I can. Get you any information or answer any questions that I have, or any questions that you have for me. Yeah, like I said, anything about today, previously, or through the end of the challenge, I'm more than happy to share it with any of you guys. You can follow along with any of the videos that I've done, or all the notes. I'll have all the training and anything that you might need. So yeah, once again, feel free to let me know where you're tuning in from, and hashtag replay wherever you're tuning in from there. I appreciate you guys all taking time out of your day, whenever, if it's on the live, everyone for jumping on. Thanks for jumping on. Anyone doing the replay, I appreciate that as well. And thanks again for taking time out of your day to catch catch this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. So you guys all have a wonderful evening. Thanks. Bye-bye.